There will never be a righteous kingdom until and unless there is a righteous woman. Where there are no decent women, there are no decent men.
Fuck these petty niggas is a bitch motto.
King lit it up, pop shit, I hit him up. I know I sound confident, I'm supposed to though. Shall I proceed? Yes indeed.
Ready or not, here I come.
Co-rock the party and the big girl stand.
It ain't no showdown for no crown, I'm holding that. Yo, this your girl Love, and you're listening to Heartless Beauty, the podcast where we practice self-love, self-care, and self-respect. And the motto is, she who embraces life to the fullest. So let's get into this. All right, beauties, let's see you on the other side.
I'm still heartless, don't get me started. I'm back up on my bullshit now. Regardless, I'm still heartless, don't get me started. I'm back up on my bullshit now. You hoes just look exhausted. Regardless, I'm still heartless, don't get me started. You bitches wanna come for me, let's get this party started. I'm back up on my bullshit, full clip, looking like a new bitch. Who's this? Got fries and a whole shake.
Hey guys, welcome back to Heartless Beauty. Again, my name is Love, and last Sunday was So Such a Sunday. It's So Such a Sunday again this Sunday, but so the topic basically last Sunday was generational curses, and basically I kind of broke down what a generational curse is. So I wanted to get a more clear understanding of it because I felt like I was pretty vague. So what I did was, of course, I talked to a couple of pastors. I looked on YouTube to catch some ministries. I asked some elders and things of that nature, and basically what I came up with was, well, I'm about to get into that. So last Sunday I said that generational curse was basically, in a nutshell, the sins of your father, right? Passed on from generation to generation. But it's really more to that. It's more of a family dynamic. Basically, it's, your obedience can bless your family, and your disobedience can curse your family. So basically, like, anybody that's in your immediate family, if they are obedient to God and God's work, then their family will be blessed. But if anyone in the family is disobedient to God, then the family can be cursed. And many of your personal breaks in life is due to somebody's disobedience to God. So me, for instance, I've been through so many different trials and tribulations, and it's like when I hit a certain point in my life, things get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything just goes downhill, and I always try to understand why. And like I said before, like, in certain points of my life, it reminds me of what my mother had been through. And I'm not taking anything away from my mom, but it's like I've lived that. I already seen that. I already been through it, and I'm going through it in the same point in my life as my mom did. So when I heard that what I've just told you guys is like, many of your personal breaks in life is due to someone's disobedience. That someone is in your family. It don't necessarily, I'm not saying that my mom was disobedient to God, but it could be any person in your immediate family that comes from your mom and your dad. Okay? So, boom. So like I was saying, so when I heard that, I was like, that hit me, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like that makes a lot of sense. So I keep throwing this word family out there, right? And I was listening to this one pastor, I forgot his name, but I'm gonna I saved it, and I'm gonna put the link in the description on the pastor that I heard this from, and he has a whole teaching on it called family disobedience. I'm gonna put it in the link. But okay, so then I'm like, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense or whatever. A lot of my breaks in life is because due to someone's disobedience within my family, and I repeat those same things. So I'm like, okay. But the other thing that struck me was that this pastor said that God wanted family first, and many of your first belongs to your family, right? So God wanted family first. So when I think about this, I'm like, okay, as a kid, like I always said, because I come from a single parent home, I always said that I want a family of my own, and we're going to have all these traditions, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and this is that and third. And I've always wanted a family of my own. You know what I'm saying? And even though my family is dysfunctional or whatever, I've always tried to be the glue to try to keep my family together, because family means a lot to me. And I've never understood why it meant a lot to me. It's just something that's in my heart. You know what I'm saying? So, and then not only that, it's like when you're on the outside looking in and you see everyone else's or other people's families, their family dynamic, and yours is not like that, you're just like, that's all you basically long for, and you try to get your family to be that way, or to try to be that way, but it just don't work, right? Okay, so when I say many of your first belongs to your family, it's like, it does, because your parents are the ones who are supposed to teach you about the world first before they even put you out there. You know what I'm saying? Your first word is with your parents. Is with your family. The first time you walk is with your family. The first time, you learn, when you learn to eat, that's a first. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to let you know, talk to you about the opposite sex. They're supposed to let you know, teach you about money and things of that nature. All of your first belongs to your family. It's family first. Okay? Your family, the heads, the two pillars of your family, which is the mother and the father, they are supposed to guide you and protect you, right? And they're supposed to teach you before anything else in the world can teach you, right? Okay, so Okay, guys, I want to apologize for a little bit because Friday and Saturday I wasn't really feeling all that great, and wasn't all that motivated, but to do anything. And I don't want this to sound like I'm putting my show is all over the place. But this is something that I really enjoy doing, and if I can reach somebody while I'm teaching myself or trying to find myself who's feeling the same way that I am, then this is my way of helping someone else who's in the same situation I'm in. So I'm gonna keep going. Try to pick up where I left off. But I just wanted to apologize if I don't feel as enthused as I have in my other episodes. Just bear with me, okay? All right. So, okay, another thing was your approach to family may not be biblical. Okay. The way that your family approaches certain situations may not be biblical. What I mean by that is your family can be dysfunctional as hell. You know what I'm saying? You can have a sister on drugs, a sister that don't talk to y'all, a brother that's a murderer. It doesn't even matter what type of situations they are. You know what dysfunctional is. You know if your family crazy or not, period. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. But basically it's like this. It's okay, if you come from a dysfunctional home, as soon as something normal comes your way, you reject it. When God puts normality in your life, you reject it. You reject the normality and you protect the dysfunctional. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so when I was in the military, not going to even say that. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it like this. A guy that I was dating before my last relationship, he was awesome. Okay? He had a career. He didn't have any children. I'm not going to really add that into a factor because a man can be awesome with children, but he was completely single and he had a good head on his shoulders and he only wanted the best for me. And he basically he treated me like a queen. You know what I'm saying? And because I wasn't used to that or used to being treated like that, I shoved him to the side. You know what I'm saying? I pushed him to the side. And then I ended up dating someone else who was completely opposite. And I knew that the situation wasn't getting better for me, but I stayed because I wanted to help him. I wanted to try to change him and nurture him and show him all the love and affection that he told me that he never had. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got caught up in that. Okay? So, and it's not because, I didn't know no better. Like, I knew better. It just wasn't what I was used to. And we as humans, we always reject the norm. And we always accept the abnormal or the dysfunctional. And because... And I mean, it's not even because it's like we're groomed. If we were groomed in an abnormal environment, we're groomed to accept it. And the only way to not be like that or whatever is like if you want to be free of it, of the generational curse of whatever is holding you back as far as your abnormality.